Hello friends and welcome back to the channel for the finale of Season 48. We've got War 12 here against NT06, and this war in particular very special to me. This was the first time I was given an opportunity to plan a war for my battle group, so it was a really interesting experience. Maybe I'll talk about that a bit later. But for now, Void, Iceman, and Ironheart come into war, 3 Ascended 6 stars. We're starting off today in Section 2. Unintentionally made myself back up in Section 1, just kind of worked out that way. Anyways, we've got a Spidey Supreme here on node 24. We're going to go in here with Ironheart, who I say frequently is, I think, the second best miscounter in the game. So at the start of the fight here, we intentionally trigger his invisibility. Then we do 2 double mediums, Dex his special attack here, and now we've got more than 5 incinerates, which means tracking is up, and now we cannot miss for the rest of the fight. The nodes here don't really do anything for him. He gets 1 prowess from the node, but he has no natural prowess, and I actually think at some point here, I do a heavy attack to remove the 1 prowess that he gets, just to kind of reduce the block damage, because I'm not very good at full dexing his special 1. So there we go. We've removed that 1 prowess with the heavy attack. His health pool is so small here, there's really no need to really build up to the special 2 for a big finish here. So just kind of do basics and keep those incinerates paused, and that's an easy fight. Alright, next up we have a HAVOK on 33, going to be using Ironheart here as well. He is Incinerate immune, so we have to use the Rupture Repulsors, and we can block his unblockable specials. I don't think we need to, though, at all in this fight. So some of Ironheart's basic attacks are energy damage, so we will be triggering additional plasma debuffs on ourselves, but of course with that armor up buff that we have, we will never be triggering any detonations, and will instead be enjoying the free willpower healing. So I think in this fight I do go for a big special 2 finish. However, I think HAVOK has like crit resistance or takes less crit damage. I forget exactly which it is. So it ends up not killing him, which is one of the things that I hope they kind of address in Ironheart's rebalance. The SP2, when it doesn't finish the fight like you feel like it should, it feels kind of bad. So right there, yeah. So 7% health left. Just bait out 1 more special attack, and the Ruptures are going to finish him off. So again, very easy fight for Ironheart. Alright, next up we have a Kate Bishop on 44 with Hazard Shift. Iceman is the play here. He is immune to both Hazard Shift debuffs, so this really just becomes a stun immune Kate. Start of the fight there, she snaps to me with a heavy. I thought I was out of range, but I guess not. And then from here we're just going to try and hit into her block to build up prowess, and that'll cover us when we bait out heavies and special attacks. And then when she throws the special 1, we're going to parry that arrow again to give us some extra prowess here. You can see this person is running the recoil mastery, so the fight is way faster than it normally would, and because she's essentially going to kill herself, I didn't really think it was necessary to build up to like a big special 2, so we're just going to be spamming special 1s in this fight. I actually prefer stun immune Kate Bishop because it eliminates the chance that I would accidentally trigger her riposte, which has happened before. I mean, she can still do it on like a well-timed block, but if I accidentally parry stun her and forget that she has it active, then I can get messed up by that. But thankfully that chance is gone here. And there we go. Easy. Alright, my last fight of the war and of the season is Thing on 49. And this was a fight that I penciled in for myself almost immediately when I started working on the plan. If you recall, earlier in the season, I took this fight with Void, and it remains the first and only time that I've ever died with Void in Tier 1 Alliance War. So I really wanted to challenge myself to get this fight down, get another crack at it. Void is the best counter for Thing on this node. This is a meta placement. He's here all the time this season. And I expect as a result Void is actually going to be banned in several wards next season. And then, until people figure out a different counter for Thing on this node. So I'm trying to play this fight much differently than I did the first time around. Also, the tactic has been changed, which helps a little bit. So you can see me intentionally hitting into his block a lot more in this fight. And again, we just want to keep as many prowess effects on ourselves as we can. We can't stun him, so our debuffs are going to be much more slowly applied in this fight than they normally would. We don't have the benefit of heal reversal either, so this is basically like a very technical fight. Keep the prowess up, manage his rock stacks well, And then the real problem in this fight is brute force. And brute force, it's like just like a fact of life here. It's gonna happen. You're gonna trigger it, and it's really just a matter of getting the fight down before brute force kills you. Because as long as you play the fight correctly, the only way that you die is if thing turtles up and you just die from brute force. So, and that's kind of what happened. One of the things that went wrong in my first attempt here. Yeah, not having access to your specials is kind of annoying in this fight. If this had been a more important war, I probably would have used an advanced power boost, but as it is, I've been kind of stingy with those in the latter half of the season since we aren't pushing anymore. Didn't really think it was required here. I'm doing a much better job in this fight of managing his rock stacks, shortening my combos, holding block when I need to push him to 15. Make a little bit of a mistake here, push him to 15 below a bar of power, but I guess blessing in disguise. I take a couple hits there, and he goes over a bar of power and is able to clear them. And then I think the only other thing that happens near the end of this fight is he special intercepts me with a big special 2. So, like, my health is going to seem pretty low at the end of this fight, but not all of that is from brute force damage. So, again, a couple mistakes here. Right there, he throws, it was a special 1. Special intercepts me. It's going to happen. But at this point, I know the fight is pretty much locked in. So really happy to be able to kind of get my revenge on Thing on this node. We did go on to win this one. Good way to close out the season. And 4 kills for me, 0 deaths, and our record for the season ends up at 5-7. We will be locked into Platinum 1 for rewards. I would say that my experience planning my first war was overall pretty positive. It is more difficult than it looks, for sure, especially when you get down to like the last few open spots and you're trying to like finagle people's attack teams and stuff just to make stuff fit. It's kind of like solving a puzzle. I would probably do it again, but it's not something that I think I have the time to do regularly. But yeah, it was a good experience overall, I would say. Folks, look forward to the season results and rewards and review video. I will still do that since I continued to put out Alliance War videos for this season. And then I think I'm also going to do one more video separately on kind of like my experience with this season before we kind of switch to not pushing. Because I have a lot of thoughts written down. A lot of thoughts that I'm still kind of thinking about regarding how the season went down. The season in total, I think, was very messy, and I hope we don't have another Alliance War season like this again. But for now, that's going to do it for another Alliance War video. If you have enjoyed this one or have been enjoying my videos this season, please leave me a comment below letting me know what your most used attacker in Season 48 was. And as always, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you again next time.